Hi everybody, welcome to my channel SRK English Academy. So in this video lesson, we are going to discuss theories of origin of language. So let's see origin of the word language. It's derived from Latin word lingua. It means tongue or speech or language. So definition of language. It's a system of communicating with other people using sounds, symbols and words in expressing idea or thought. So, a famous linguist, Ferdinand de Saussure, defined language is the faculty of articulating words. So, language is primarily spoken, not written. So, what are the tools to record speech and thought? Earlier, it was writing, then printing. So, writing and printings are tools to record speech and thought, and oral communication is a natural form of language. It is original. So, with the help of these tools, writing and printing, we preserve language and our culture. So, without these written documents or written records, without printing books or writing records, you wouldn't know how people lived or thought in the past. So the written records and printing books gave an opportunity to linguistics to study older forms of language and the variation in the language and the changes over the time in the language. So since spoken language is not preserved, only written materials help trace language history and development. So these tools, printing and writing tools, help linguists to study language history and how it evolved over the time, how it developed over the time. So language is one form of communication. So human communicate verbally and non-verbally. So verbal communication and non-verbal communication. So language is evolutionary. It's not static. So it's constantly changing. It keeps on changes because language is dynamic and evolving system. So it changes over time, incorporating new words from other languages. So they modify existing vocabulary. So and also they change in we see change in pronunciation, grammatical structures, and vocabulary. So we can see that from Anglo-Saxon to modern English, there are significant changes. There are so many changes have occurred. So language evolution continues even today. So the change happens constantly. Language a defining human trait. So language is a unique, essentially a human phenomena. So this language is unique to humans. So this language, it is language that distinguishes man from the rest of animal world. Okay. So animals, all human groups have language. Animals, they communicate with the sounds, instinctive sounds. So this is an advanced language is an advanced feature of human communication. Language is primarily spoken, it's not written. So there are four chief theories, important theories on how human language originated. So they are Bow theory, Ding Dong theory, Pooh-Pooh theory, gesture theory. So let's see first theory, the Bow theory. So according to this theory, so how language originated. So let's see. So according to this theory, language began when our ancestors started imitating animal sounds around them or natural sounds around them. Animal sounds are objects or natural sounds. So they mimicked our ancestor mimicked or early humans mimicked the sounds of animals or objects, and they also imitated natural sounds around them. So the first speech was onomatopoeic words. Onomatopoeic words are sounds of birds, sounds of animals. They are moo, mew, whine, buzz, hiss, chirp. So chirp, it's sound made by birds. Hiss, sound made by snakes. Bees, buzz. So these are all sounds of animals or birds. So those are called onomatopoeic words. So onomatopoeic words are sounds of animals or birds. So the first speech, according to this theory, the first speech was onomatopoeic. So here, let's see, a dog's bark. So how it barks, bow, wow, and snake hisses. So this dog's bark distinguishes it from any other animals. So this is bow wow. So according to this theory, the first speech was onomatopoeic. Ding dong theory. So Max Muller advocated, supported this theory, was a German scholar. So according to ding dong theory, so a language was originated from rhythmic sounds and movement imitation. So here we can see that we can found that the sense of rhythm, which seems to have been innate in man. So this theory depends on the the movement, tendency to imitation of the movement rather than sound. So our ancestors are early man observed a kind of rhythm in the environment. So rhythm in the purling of stream or swaying of the trees in the wind. So he observed a kind of rhythm in the environment, rhythm around him. So this became a language according to the ding dong theory. So the imitation of the movement, that is very important. So this theory suggests that there are natural relationship between sounds and meanings rather than arbitrary assignments of words to objects. So this theory, ding dong theory, contrasted with the Bobo theory. Bobo theory proposes that language began with imitation of animal sounds: wow wow, mew, mew, hiss, cuckoo. So Bobo theory said that language originated from from the imitation of uh, animal sounds. But this ding dong theory contrasts with the Bobo theory that the early humans, early man imitated the movement in the rhythm in the environment. Third theory, the Pooh-Pooh theory. So according to this theory, language evolved from emotional interjections. So according to this theory, early speech language came from spontaneous cries. So cries, pain, joy, surprise, disgust. When human, they are in pain, so those cry or cry of joy, surprise, these all become regular words. So according to Ebit and Ebit, he said about the theory. Various exclamations of surprise, pain, scorn may have started as emotional noises. Oh, ouch, who, and they later became regular words. So, for example, see some interjections, emotional interjections. Hurrah! So, when we are very happy, joy, joyful mood. So, this emotional interjection, see, hurrah, ek, oh, so in pain, oh. So these are all interjections. So according to this theory, so early speech language came from these cries. So over time, these sounds develop into meaningful words. Unlike the Bobo theory and Ding Dong theory, the Pooh-Pooh theory is not focused on natural sounds. Pooh-Pooh theory focused on uh, onomatopoeic words, sounds of uh, birds and animals, and Ding Dong theory focused on uh, imitation of movement or rhythm. But this theory, the Foo theory, it focused on interjections, emotional interjections. According to this theory, the language originated from interjections that acquired meaning and evolved into words, meaningful words. This theory, the gesture theory, suggests that language began with gestures. So language began as a gesture-based communication. So it served as a basic form of communication before the development of spoken language. This theory was proposed by Wilhelm and Sir Richard. So early humans used hand signs to communicate. So this language, it was natural and spontaneous. So over time, tongue and mouth movements, vocal cords, uh, replaced hand gestures. So tongue and mouth movements replaced hand gestures over time. So for example, when we call a person whose language is unknown to us, so uh, we had the head in agreement, or we shake it side to express our disagreement. So these are the gestures. According to this theory, so the language originated from gestures. Later on, these hand gestures are replaced by the vocal organs or vocal cords, tongue and mouth movements. So, for example, so Percy illustrates that this theory that I or me. So the lips are drawn towards the speaker in the words I or me. So in the words you or thou, the gesture or movement directed outward. So this is the gesture theory, and I have also given a link in description. If you click the link, it takes to you to the complete notes. You can find complete notes in my blog. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe my channel for more videos.